We're live. Hello, everyone, and shout out to each and every one of you. And thank you so much for tuning into your girl Siren on the Siren Speak Show. Okay, it is Sunday and it is like early, y'all. So I wanted to get this live out of the way because if I waited a longer, honey, Siren would have been on here. I ain't lying to y'all. Siren wouldn't have came on, y'all. But shout out to each and every one of you who purchased your Mercury retrograde bath. Thank you guys so much. I really truly appreciate it, y'all. Y'all went in, y'all got y'all baths. If there's any left and you haven't got, if you haven't gotten one, go to the shop, go to spiritualcandies.com, y'all, and see if some are listed. Everybody who's anybody want to take this Mercury retrograde bath. Mercury is going to be retrograde from July 18th until August 11th, okay? We need to understand the importance of these planetary alignments and how they do affect our lives. I don't want us to be ignorant to these planetary alignments thinking, okay, it's just the full moon, or Venus just so happened to be in Cancer, or Jupiter just so happened to retrograde in Taurus. That means nothing for me. The reason the other ones are winning is because they work with these. They know how to utilize these energies to get ahead, but then they tell y'all it's evil, wicked, and demonic. Okay, they tell you, oh, that's evil. Don't do it. Don't pay attention to it. That's wicked. Don't do this. Don't do that. Listen, this is why they winning. And this is why we all over here check to check. Okay, this is why we have to live off of, borrowed monies, and we sit around and have to wait to get paid and stuff when money is constantly finding them. Okay, so we need to discuss, you guys, the importance of understanding and working with these planetary alignments as they shift and change and retrograde, okay, throughout our time. See, if we continue to look to the news for information, we will only get what it is that they want to feed to us. You know what I'm saying? So, and the news also coincide with these planetary alignments, you guys. So we're going to talk about just a little bit of stories that just so happen to pop up during specific planetary alignments. Okay. Shout out to everybody who's tuned up into the building with your girl. Thank you, y'all. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button so I can know YouTube, so I can know y'all like what it is that y'all hear. Y'all appreciate me coming on here, going live. I ain't asking y'all for no donations, and I ain't telling y'all I got a members only. I ain't making it members only. I'm coming on here and I'm giving y'all this information, and I'm keeping y'all updated and helping y'all to ascend. And all I ask for in return is just like the video, y'all. Okay, that's it. But thank you, because y'all do. Y'all, my soldiers, my day ones, y'all come in, y'all hit that thumbs up. Long as y'all see Siren live, y'all come on, hit that thumbs up, and y'all keep it real. So I appreciate that. Thank you. But I'm talking to the majority of the new people who come in and just so happen to look and listen to be like, ooh, because they ascend real quick and they don't know what the is going on in their life after that. I don't listen to that damn Siren. I don't even see my mama the same no more. I don't know what's going on. Yes, the ascension is real. So listen. When it comes to a lot of these news stories, y'all, okay, let's talk about some of the most recent ones. Now, we have the news story of the Hamburglar. I'm sorry. There's a young lady. Her name is Effany, okay, Muhammad. I believe that's the young lady who allegedly took out her manager who worked at McDonald's, okay? Y'all remember her? If you haven't heard that story, I'm pretty sure you have. She went back to the restaurant after the manager, I think, sent her home early or something. And she said, I'll be back. And then she went back to the restaurant and she actually took her out with a knife, using a knife. Okay. Now, this particular situation, you guys, took place on July 10th. July 10th was the full moon. This was a full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn represents supervisors, anybody who's in charge, the boss, okay, the manager, the president, okay? So Here we have a full moon where this young lady, okay, Effany, I think that's her name, Effany, went back to the job and she was able to take out, okay, to dispose of a supervisor. Now, we can say, well, Siren, it's just coincident that this just so happened to be a supervisor. Remember, the full moon means something comes to an end. That's it, no more. And we have Capricorn, which represents the boss, those who are in charge of time. Capricorn is connected to Saturn, which is connected to Chronos. Remember, she say allegedly the supervisor was taking time away from me. She was sending me home early. She was messing with my hours. She was messing with my time. She was bullying me and taking hours away just because. Okay, so it is not a coincidence, you guys, that this just so happened to happen during the full moon, that we have an exact experience that take place that aligns with the astrological energies that are currently going on. Okay, so we may say, now the thing I don't know about this one, you guys, is that this young lady, she just look a little too, you know, I'm going to play like this this video. Okay, now this is her arraignment video. Okay. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that so they're calling her in, and the guy is going to say what happened. Information, knowledge, and belief subject to penalties of perjury. I do. Put your hand down with regard to the defendant. Okay, so I guess this is the officer who arrived to the scene. Now, I don't want to show too much because I don't want copyright and all that other stuff. So he's basically saying what happened.
McDonald's manager Jennifer Harris multiple times with a kitchen knife at the McDonald's restaurant at 179219 Mile. Harris was not armed at the time and died of her injuries. Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back." Muhammad was arrested on scene and the knife was recovered.
Okay. So basically, while he's talking, I just want to talk about a little, you know, coincidency. Okay. So he's basically telling them what happened and why she was arrested, why she's in jail and all of this stuff. Now, then the judge is going to talk to the young lady, Mrs. Effany Muhammad. Okay. Effany, I think Effany, I don't know. They call her Heffany. I don't know. Okay. So this is her during her arraignment. Now, one thing I know about jail is when you go to jail, you're not coming out like this. They taking that wig off. The wig is coming off. Now, not only did this lady have a different wig on when she was arrested, look at her wig now, y'all. Okay, look at this. This is during her arraignment, meaning this lady is in jail. Who is giving this girl wigs in jail? Now, first of all, her nose look a little crooked to me, y'all. I just don't know what it is. Maybe it's the light, but somebody is giving this young. If y'all know the process, you not finna. When she got arrested, she had on a different wig. Now they're saying when she finished chopping up the lady, she started to run to her car, and a customer who just so happened to be packing ran after her and held her, okay, at packing point until the police got there. So she was not able to leave. The day of the incident, she had on a different wig, but it was the same color, but it was just a little raggedy looking wig. Okay. How is it that this young lady was able to get booked, processed, remain in jail, and then go to her arraignment with a whole new wig? Now, see, that's what threw me off right now, because this lady here, you know, when I look at her, this is what she's giving. So I think that this is something that they may be playing on they playing with us on this one, y'all. I don't know how this could be some sort of mind control to get the collective to believe in something, or this could just be the planetary alignments that are affecting this situation and causing this to happen. I just don't really connect to it as something that is, real. You know what I'm saying? This was she's giving. Okay. Baby. Let me see it, babe. Y'all, this is what she's giving. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all think, and remember, she worked for McDonald's. This is what she's giving. Y'all, these are characters. Okay? This is what she's giving right here. Right? She's giving Hamburglar, y'all. I don't know how serious this situation is because I'm like, why are they giving her the wigs? That's what's throwing me off. Y'all know when you go to jail, they snatching that weave, that wig, they taking it off. Anything that's not attached to you is coming off. And I'm like, who is giving her these wigs that she now has a different wig? It's giving, you got McDonald's, okay? You got the Hamburglar. This is what I'm getting. And I feel like if they do try to plead insanity, that's what they giving. Look at this girl picture. Let me see if I could Google a picture of her. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, this is just this is how planetary alignments happen. Okay. Now her name is Afeni or Effeni Badu Muhammad. Now, I thought that was crazy because look at this girl picture, y'all. Don't tell me this ain't giving Hamburglar. Y'all see she got the McDonald's thing on her head? Y'all, I'm serious. Not trying to be funny, but yes, you not finna get booked. Look at her other picture. Y'all see how this is like really giving Hamburglar, okay? I don't know who in the world is sponsoring this young lady's wigs, but I don't know. I just feel like it's something strange with it. I know for a fact you're not going to be up in jail switching wigs like that. You're not going to be at your arraignment with no Fox wig on. Okay. Not after days of being in jail or a day or anything. Who combing it? Who combed your wig and put every strand in alignment like that? That's what's weird. That's why I say something is off with this particular situation. I do think it just so happened to be the energy of the full moon that we're seeing, you guys. This is why I'm telling y'all, these things will affect your life. Now, maybe she probably have issue with Cancer because the moon does rule Cancer. Maybe she have issues with Capricorn, okay? She could have had daddy issues, you know what I'm saying? Which is why this particular planetary alignment has changed her life forever. It's a full moon, so she is now in jail under first degree, okay? Like, girl, you ain't getting out no time soon. So now that could just so happen to be a, coinkydink, right? But then we have another one. Now, Mercury, you guys, went retrograde. And like I say, shout out to y'all. Because see, this is why you need to work on your energy for these alignments so that you don't get heavy. You don't get hit heavy by the downside of these alignments. You want to be on the upside of them, okay? So there was another situation that took place, you guys. Now, Mercury is getting ready to go. Well, Mercury went retrograde as of yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And it says, now when Mercury goes retrograde, it goes back into a time, okay, where something, justice or something was not, worked out in that energy. Okay, so Mercury is going to get, it's like a redo, it's like a retake. You get to redo that test. Okay, so something is going to come back around. Now, just so happened on the 18th, here this guy, I don't know what his YouTube page is, but he said, let's not forget by July 18th, the court has ordered Ramir would know if Jay-Z is his dad. Now, this is a situation with the rapper Jay-Z. Mercury is retrograde in Leo, which is about the stars, the celebrities, okay? Now, on a low, you guys are stars as well. Do not let your reality fool you. You are the real stars, okay? Now, here we have Jay-Z, who is a celebrity, and here we have Mercury retrograde. Soon as Mercury goes retrograde, he's now demanded by a court to have to take a paternity test, something that he thought went away years ago, okay? And now here it is, it has come back. So he has got to fight this again, okay? It's not over. He has got to fight it again. So what they're doing is he's able to manipulate these energies. One thing about Jay-Z, he works with planetary alignments. They don't move unless they know the planetary alignment so that they can know how to play their next move, okay? So now, you guys, here we have this particular situation, something from the past that has come back again, right? Now, this is what I'm trying to tell you guys, and I'm only showing you guys these examples so that you can see that these planetary alignments do affect your life. Majority of you who have worked with me, you have been introduced to the fact that, exes will come up. Things from the past will resurface because it needs to be dealt with, and something has got to be balanced out. Now, Jay-Z, them, fortunately for them, they know how to escape karma, or they know how to postpone, okay? Karma is what they do. So more than likely, he will submit for more time on this, or he would submit for a complete and utter dismissal. What he did was he submitted for dismissal. First, he submitted for more time. Then he submitted for dismissal, saying that there were other judges in the past that have denied this, and he wants this particular judge to deny it as well. What will happen in this case? Since Jay-Z is the one doing the spiritual work on himself, he has thus far been winning. The boy Ramir, who's fighting for this paternity test, needs to up his spiritual energy. Okay, Jay-Z understand he's playing with somebody who really don't know how to play a game. Okay, Ramir needs to stop trying to go through the legal system physically, and he needs to go through the legal system spiritually. Okay, that's where your power is. In the physical, it's just a representation, but in the spiritual is where the reprimands will be. Okay, so he needs to work on his energy. If I was working with him, Jay-Z have a motherfucking problem. He got 100 problems in the same one, because he'll damn sure have another one. Okay, he'll be like, man, I got 100 problems, but same one. I would have took that 99 to 100 quick. Okay, quick. So yes, you guys, and this is why over on Patreon we discuss these planetary alignments, you guys, and I go over this and I tell you how these things are going to be affecting us, what it is that we can expect, and what it is that we need to do. So if you haven't, make sure you go and you subscribe to the Patreon, you guys. The Becoming God and or Goddess is what it's called tier. I also do Love is Love, and we discuss how relationships are being affected. We discuss what's coming up in regards to relationships over on Love is Love as well. According to where Venus is actually getting ready to go in Cancer by the end of this month. So, ooh, child, hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see it coming, honey. I'm telling you now, there's gonna be some stuff, okay? But if you want to know how this will affect you, you guys go over to Patreon, join Patreon. Also on spiritualcandice.com, I do give consultations now for the planetary alignments on a month-to-month basis. So next month it'll be different, alignment. So you'll be able to go to spiritualcandice.com, and if you need information in regards to how a specific planetary alignment is going to be affecting you, then you can get one on that specific alignment. Or if you want to know just entirety, you can get a general consultation. So if you just want to, hey, Sarah, I don't know what it is that is in store for me. I don't know what planet is going to be affecting me, because in the general consultations, if there is a specific planetary alignment that will be affecting you, that usually comes up. This is how a lot of you get a lot of the information. It's because I tune deep into your psyche, into your aura, and we get that confirmation, okay, at that time. So I labeled this video Sinners. Okay, if you guys haven't seen the movie, I would strongly suggest that you check it out. It's an okay movie. It's not, but it's not bad. It's okay. For those of us who have been on our spiritual journey, it will not come as, such a big, what I'm saying? Because we understand about vampiric type of energy. This movie speaks specifically about vampire energies and how these energies are, attaching themselves, and how you have to welcome them, how you have to invite them in. They can't just come in. So I wanted to talk specifically about the sinners in our day-to-day life, the sinners we come in contact with, those who we have invited into our life. And it's not like on the movie where they bite your neck and suck your blood out. No, they actually attach themselves to you energetically, and they start to drain, opportunities, finances, health, creativity, motivation, willpower, strength. They drain you from the outside in, okay? So you don't even know that these vampires are in your aura, attached to you, but what you will start to do is experience, things in your life that may not feel so great, okay? So there are ways that you can invite them in. Let's talk about the vampires, how they approach you, okay? People, let's talk about what vampires are, because a lot of you don't know the foundation of these vampiric people. Vampires are people who hold on to any type of spiritual resonance that's not high vibrational, which means they can have trauma from this lifetime or trauma from a past lifetime, okay? They have some sort of unresolved low vibration that is in their aura, and it can be multiple unresolved low vibrations, okay? Not just one. It can be one, it can be many in in one person. These people, because they have these low vibrational orbs in their aura, there are demonic, what we call demonic, okay, low forces or very malevolent type of entities that can now attach onto these people through their unhealed trauma and through their, unresolved trauma. They will attach into these people, and then they can use those people to feed. Okay, those people then become a host for these forces, because a lot of these forces, you guys, they don't want a physical body. They rather use yours, because they understand that when you have to get in the physical, you have to lower yourself. And sometimes entities can come here, get in the physical, and get trapped. Okay. Now they got, and this happens. There are entities who will get in a physical body, and then, for example, let's say you are a very, big demonic force in a different realm, right? But you need to come and you want to, let's say, feed off of the third dimension. You want to come to Earth realm, in this version of Earth realm, and you want to feed. There's something you need to do here. And let's say your enemy find out. Oh, Big John finna go down to the 3D. Let's wait and see. So they're going to see Big John being born into a mother. Yes, you give birth to demons. Okay, a lot of you. Okay. And now he's a baby. He's in a human body, because he knew he had a specific purpose. But now that entity that knew is going to set up all type of traps in Big John's earthly experience, so that he can continue to vibrate low. He will never wake up to who he really is. He will stay, in a human form, and he will stay mortal, and he will have to continue to be reborn in a human body, lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And what that entity is going to do now is create all of these traumatic experiences for little John. He's going to grow up. Maybe his dad is going to be abusive to his mom in the beginning, or maybe abusive to him. Maybe he will send an uncle to abuse him, you know what I'm saying, while he's a child, to keep that stored trauma in him, make him embarrassed as a man. And now he have all type of insecurities and stuff. And maybe now he's violent towards his wife and or children. Maybe his daddy left his life early. Like, he's going to create all type of traumatic experiences for little John, okay, to experience, so he can continue to vibrate low. And then what he's going to do is attach himself to little John, because see, if he come into a body, he get risk of forgetting who he is too. So he's not going to want to come in a body. A lot of entities don't want to come here. Okay, a lot of low vibrational entities, they don't want to come here. Okay, they don't want a physical body. They rather just feed off of those who have one. So now he will attach himself to little John, okay, through all of that trauma, and he will suck his life. He will keep him miserable. Every time he get a job, he get fired. Every time he, get in a relationship, the woman cheats on him, or the baby ain't his, or, it's going to be so many different traumatic experiences that he's going to experience, and he's going to be thinking, dang, it's my homeboy from up the street who hating on me, or it's the man who hating on me. He's gonna think it's all of these physical people, when deep down inside, this coming from before you even got here. There's a whole other dimension you're connected to that you don't even know about. So this entity will feed off of you lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, until you awaken to who you truly are and you can find him. The minute you find him, it's over. It's over. He can no longer hide in your aura. He can no longer feed off of you. Now you're going to start doing your spiritual baths. Now you're going to start doing your shadow work. Now you're going to start raising your vibration so that this mofo cannot attack you. This is why when a lot of you start to do your spiritual work, you start to see good things happen for you. You start to see things start to move in your favor. But what happens is, I can't be the only one fighting. Okay, I can't be the one creating the baths and everybody think the baths is going to do all the work. No. Okay. No, you have to do your part. You have to let go of those ways about you that don't serve you, those bad habits, those low vibrational thoughts, okay? Those belief systems. You got to see people for who they really are, because some of these people that you call mommy, daddy, auntie, sister, brother, cousin, bestie, bae, a lot of these people are forces from your past that are presenting themselves in a position to where they can be closest to you, to feed off of you and to keep you here. Until you realize that, you will always be a victim of the sinners. Okay? You will always be a victim of the sinners. Because we like to live in la la land and we like to believe everybody is all love. It's, oh, they would never. They probably don't even know. Okay? They don't even know. And this is why you have to know who are the sinners in your life. Sinners, we're not saying they're bad people. We're just saying they vibrate low and they can be easily manipulated to go against you. And they don't even know they're going against you. That spirit will tell them, hey, go call this person and go hang around them for the next week. And now they hanging around you and they don't even know they draining all your life force energy. They taking everything because there's an entity that's connected to them that wants you. The minute we are able to see when people have been compromised, a lot of us, we don't vibrate to see when people have been compromised. Some of you, your own children have been compromised. Some of you, your pets have been compromised. Some of you, your parents have been compromised. Your siblings, okay? Your neighbors, your supervisors, your co-workers have been compromised. But until you get to a position where you can see that, they will continue to suck your life force energy up and out of you. You have a responsibility because the universe says as you vibrate towards it, then it is your experience. Okay, so you have a responsibility to keep up your frequency. You have a responsibility to make sure that you are able to use discernment, to make sure that you are connecting yourself to people who they don't even have to help you get ahead. You just got to be strong enough not to feed off of or need my energy. Okay, you got to balance the people out that are around you. It's like we're taking on all of these people, everybody pulling, every direction, everybody around you. If you hold your hand up and say, okay, let me list all the people that are helping me to get ahead, you probably can't list one or two. You got way more people pulling off of you than you got pushing you and uplifting you. Okay, so those are the sinners. People who they haven't resolved the trauma and they can be easily compromised. They can become people who you love genuinely and sincerely, but they do not vibrate towards your well-being. And these are the people that the others want. They don't really care for, co-workers. They don't care for neighbors. They want the people who got access to your house, people who could come visit you, people who live with you, people who can enter your bedroom. A lot of times, these are your children. This is why, as parents, it is imperative that we learn things because we're expecting this government to raise our children and to teach them what they need to know when they didn't even teach us what we need to know. This is why it is your responsibility to do the learning that you need to reach out to the sources that the universe will provide you. Because when you got the will, the universe will provide the way. But you first have to have the will to say, you know what, I don't want to live like this anymore. I'm open to receive, okay, the knowledge, the wisdom, the insight, the clarity, the truth that is for me. And then you will then see people come into your life, just like Siren came into majority of your life. And there were people who came into my life, okay, prior to me going on my spiritual journey. There were people who helped to enlighten me and people who helped to, get me to where it is that I am today. I did not wake up like this. I probably did, but I didn't know it. I was blinded by food and life just like everybody else. But you get to a point where you say, you know what, enough is enough. And if we don't want our children to become energetic vampires, then we have to know how to properly and efficiently raise our children and have a healthy household, because that's the first part of, being in a very powerful position is what's in your house. And some of us could say, well, I don't have children. Okay, what man or what woman, what significant other are you inviting in your house? Do you have pets inside of your house? If you say, I don't have any pets, and let's say I'm single, I don't have any pets, I'm single, then what the f is your furniture looking like? Is that in feng shui mode? Okay, sometimes it could be your own furniture blocking your blessings. Putting a sofa in front of a door. No. Facing a mirror to the front door. No. So we have to know how to manipulate our house to a point where it works for us. Because remember, your house represents your body. It's the same as your body. Whatever is going on inside of your house is what's going on inside of your body. It's just naturally going to be that way, y'all. So if you have a garage that's filthy, that just has all type of stuff in it. Nothing is neat, nothing is put away. It's just trashy. Then guess what? You got some stuff stored somewhere in your trauma that you need to deal with. Taking the time to go in your garage and clean up that is a big way to know that I'm releasing a lot of stored trauma. Okay, whatever it is in your house that you store things, that's the first place you want to go, because that's that you really don't got time to deal with. That's the stuff from way back, like it ain't even in this lifetime. That's probably 4 lifetimes ago. Go deal with that first. Go to your closets and go to whatever room you got that's just that junk room that's not clean. Some of you, maybe you don't have an extra junk room, but your closet is like that. Maybe you store things in your closet or your pantry. Whatever it is that you have the most junk stored in your house that hasn't been stored, the stuff that you put away that you don't see for years. Sometimes you go in there and it be feeling new because you like, oh, I remember this. Things of that nature. Go through that stuff. It gets so deep for me sometimes that I go through old pictures. I remember I have a case that I have pictures in, all type of pictures from my past, from birth until, recent. And I went through those pictures. I go through those pictures every so often, and I toss out pictures because I noticed that I was, as I moved, I would just have my big picture container, and I'm carrying energies of old relationships into my new house. Everything has energy. When you get to understand everything has energy, you will get to understand how to exercise your life in a way that works for you. Carrying around things like if you got something that a significant other from your past purchased you, when they go, it goes. Okay? Jewelry and all. Sell it and get something else. But we got to let go of old energies. Okay? And we got to make sure we start cleaning and detoxing, our immediate space, you guys. It's just, this is so necessary in order to move forward, okay, in these upcoming years, because these upcoming years are going to be very critical, right? And people are not going to understand what's happening. People are not going to understand why things are happening. And honestly, it's no longer a physical battle, you guys. The war is spiritual. The spiritual war can no longer be ignored. It has been going on for lifetimes, but it has been placed on a back burner, and it has been put in a position of myth. Okay, not fact, myth. But guess what? The spiritual world has now come to the forefront. The physical world is not a result of the spiritual world. It's no longer about ignoring this divine feminine energy. It's no longer about, oh, that's just weird. I don't believe in that. If you don't believe it, that's your business. Some people can say, I don't believe the sun is real. That sun gonna be up every day, whether you believe it or not. You're gonna feel the heat from it, whether you believe it or not. The sun is gonna rise and the sun is gonna set. So that's how crazy we sound. We like, oh, I don't believe in that, so it ain't gonna. A lot of people say that, like, oh, I believe in God. It doesn't matter if you believe in God or not. This is not about whether you believe in God or not. This is about how smart or how stupid you are. Generational wealth cannot be received until you know what generation you come from. A lot of people, I want time me to get my representative, it's time for me to get my money, my generational wealth. You still think you part of the Johnson family. You sit over here, I'm over here with the Washingtons. I'm over here, that's my generation, right? No. Trust me, the generation that you come from, you can't even pronounce it because there's no word for it. You have to know it's not a word, it's a frequency. There's no letter that can be put together with another to come and make sense of the generation that you really come from. That's what a generational wealth is. Generational wealth is not how much money you got or how much money you receive. Generational wealth is how much you know. It's your knowledge. This is why they put in books for you to read and believe that. Yeah, keep them believing in this. Yeah, that way they don't look over here. They ain't even gonna look over here. There is information stored about you in vaults, okay? In places that a lot of people can't reach. They got some areas that even the president can only go but so deep in this knowledge. There is a cap for the president, okay? That there's knowledge that is so deep, even the president cannot gain access to it, because then it gets to a point where you just need a certain frequency to access this knowledge. There's no book, there's no code or nothing. It's once you activate a certain frequency within you, and some of you can activate this frequency like this. This is why they mess with the food. Okay, this is why they mess with the water. This is why they mess with everything to keep you focused all the way over here when you should be focused over there. So generational wealth, you guys, if you want to inherit generational wealth, you must work on yourself and you must get to the truth and the foundation of who you really truly are. Some of you are able to fly. Some of you are able to breathe underwater. Okay? Some of you are, able to teleport. Some of you have telekinesis. You guys have so many gifts that are stored inside of you. And what happens is the first part they do is make you feel as if you're wicked. They start to demonize you the minute you start to access these gifts. Okay? This is when they start to persecute you because you have come in access. If you believe in God, you will believe in the magical powers that you have because that's how God created you. If you're somebody, a lot of people I know who, that's witchcraft and I don't get down with that. What are you afraid of? If you are somebody who you dream and your dreams tend to tell you stuff that's about to happen, why would you denounce that? That's how God made you. Why would you denounce that to become human? Oh no, I don't do that because what? You say you believe in God, but you denounce the original form of your creation. You denounce your gifts. You denounce things that they haven't given you. See, they gave you knowledge in these books. There is knowledge that you have access to that they cannot give you, but they will use it against you. So we have to make sure that we understand as these sinners, okay, are a part of our life. We don't have to run from them because a lot of people, a lot of y'all, when I start telling y'all about people who vibrate low and people who, trying to harness your energy and harvest your power and all of this stuff, your life force, a lot of you want to go run and hide. Oh, I ain't finna come out. I'm finna keep to myself. No, that's not how you win. Keep it to yourself. What you do is, when you know you are surrounded by sinners, or you are coming in contact with sinners, whether it's where you work at, because you best believe wherever you work at, there's a whole bunch of sinners there. Okay. When you go to Walmart, when you go to Target, when you go to the mall, there's sinners everywhere. You cannot run from them. They have to exist just like us. They have a right to be here just like us. So unless you are going to turn yourself into a hermit, and then really you will then become a sinner. Now you are somebody who's gonna, be compromised because now an entity is gonna attach itself to you because you're too scared to go outside. You living in fear, right? So you don't want to live in fear, you guys. We don't want to run from sinners. Remember at the end of the movie, for those of you who saw it, he came in contact with the sinner. He sat right there at the bar and he sat there with them. That's where you need to be. You got to get your frequency to the point where a sinner cannot with you. It's not to run away from them and to live your life in shambles and in hiding and in fear. That's not what we're saying here. You got to learn how to win no matter what. You got to know, okay, I'm going to a family event. Got quite a bit of sinners in my family. Aunt Pearl, she drinks a lot. Yeah. Uncle Ernest, he's a pedo. Such and such is on crack. You got to know these sinners, okay? And you got to know, all right, I'm getting ready to go around them. What you got to do is know how to shield yourself. You got to know how to increase your vibration. You got to know how to surround yourself with a frequency that it's so uncomfortable for them. Okay? It's like when they come around you, you irritate the out of them. They're like, you know how when you get the vampires and the sun come up and that's going to be you. You are now the sun to them. They don't care to be around you. So go to the family event, because when the sinners find out, oh, she's going to be there or he's going to be there, guess what? They going to decide to stay home. Keep dates locked in the house. You don't stay locked in the house. You make sure you on deck. Oh, I'm here. What's up? Where the food at? Who got the drinks? And that's how you vibrate. So I don't tell you guys when I have these consultations with you and I let you know, I don't tell you that for you to run and hide. I tell you that for you to step your game up. Okay, so let's talk about ways that you can step your game up. Now that you know who the sinners are, okay, and you know what they're going to do to you, okay, you know when they come around you, they're going to attach themselves to you. And let's talk really about that. How do sinners attach themselves to you? Okay, how is it that a sinner can latch on and suck the life force right out of you? So let's say, you don't do your protection work and you go to an event. Let's say the company has a Christmas party, right? So now you're at a Christmas party with everybody, these people from other departments. Because, see, sometimes the center may not be in your department, but what the center will do is set up a circumstance to where they can be in your presence. Now you have a corporate event where we have a Christmas party. And guess what? The centers are there. See, they see you at work. They see you as a light. They see you as a charger. They see you as a source of energy. So guess what? They're going to make sure you get that invite to the Christmas party because they need to come in contact with you. So now you're at the Christmas party and you got on your little bells and tickles and stuff like that, tinsel and stuff like that. And you're ready to just really have a good time, you know? And that center is going to be sitting right across the way, looking at you as you walk in. And they're already plotting on how it is that they're going to walk up to you and say something to you. Because, see, remember, your aura goes about 25 feet. You may be way over there. They need to get within that 25 feet. They don't have to come up to you and say anything. But they can send Shirley over there, and Shirley is going to come talk to you. Okay? And now they can go and stand next to Shirley, who's within the 25 feet of your aura, okay? And now they can plug right into your aura. If your aura is not protected, if it is not powerful, too powerful for them to access, now they can access you. And you over here talking to Shirley, whatever her name was, you know what I'm saying? And they standing right there next to her, and they done tapped into your energy just long enough to plug in. This is all energy, y'all. This don't happen in the physical. It happens in the spiritual. This is why a lot of you have problems. You're like, I don't know why I'm going through this. I don't know why this is happening to me. I don't know why I ain't got this. I don't know why I ain't got that. Now you're going to understand why. Okay? So now the center have plugged into your energy and you having a good time at the Christmas party. Guess what? The first thing you're going to start to do once the center plugs into your energy, you're going to start to drink. You're going to, oh, what a drink. So let me get a little drink. Maybe not too much because you got to drive home, but guess what? That drink going to go in and lower your frequency even more. Because, see, now you got a center in your energy that's manipulating you and you don't even know it. Because you don't do no baths. You don't get no consultations on yourself. You don't get no reading. You don't know what, you don't even believe that's evil. That's the first thing the center wants you to believe. Oh, getting a consultation. Oh, that's evil work right there. I don't do all that. But you will go read a book. First thing in the Bible, book of Revelations. Don't that mean to tell the future? Isn't that what a consultation is? Telling you stuff that is going on that probably hasn't happened or stuff that you can't really see with the naked eye. The Bible does exactly that. I believe Jesus turned water into wine and gave everybody all that fish, right? Moses, his damn staff turned into a snake. The Bible is a whole book about magic. Now, how can we say, I'm going to go read the Bible, and they walk around with gemstones on their breastplates and chest plates and crowns? They were all filled with gemstones. But then we want to be in this dimension and say, oh, that's naked. I'm not wearing that. No, this is how the sinners get to you. See, some of you have sinners connected to you that you don't even know. Some of them are connected to very big government experiences, and you don't even know that. They attached themselves to you when you were born. They've been with you all your life, making sure you do not ascend so that you can be reborn again. And they get to use you for another lifetime and another lifetime and another lifetime. Why do you think when some people go to jail, they say, oh, we're going to sentence you to 3 lifetime sentences? How? 3 lifetimes? Y'all got to see what's up. It's right in your face, okay? So now that's an example of how a sinner on the outside, okay, will start to attach itself to you. Now, what a sinner on the inside. Now, let's say, though, so that's the outside sinner. Let's talk about the inside sinners, the family members, the close people. Now, let's go even deeper into your house. Let's go into either your child or your significant other. Okay, we're going to use both of them, but in one scenario. So it can either be a child or it can be a significant other. So now let's say either your child or your significant other is a sinner. Okay, they have been compromised. Maybe they had a bad day one day. You know, a kid can have a bad day in school, and it's other sinners at the damn school. Okay. So now your child has been compromised. Okay. Your child has been infested by a sinner at school. So now that energy is going to take a little bit to seep into your child. And now let's say your significant other maybe has been infested or compromised by a sinner at their job. Maybe a coworker pissed them off, or and boom. Let's say we got both scenarios in your household that has been compromised. So now here they come home to little old you. And you just home whipping up dinner, whatever you're doing, right? And now this sinner has come into the household. You will, if you are awakened just a little bit, you will notice their energy is off. What's wrong with you? You okay? And if it's a child, more than likely they're going to stomp straight to their room. I'm good. I'm okay. I just don't want to be bothered. Ill. You start to see stuff like that. And when it comes to your significant other, they're going to pull away from you. They're probably not going to want to be as intimate. They're probably not going to want to be bothered. They probably will appear a little standoffish. And you just like, what's going on with they? Like, you okay? What's up? One thing I'm going to tell you, first things first, when you see that red flag, jump your ass in the bath. Increase your frequency immediately. Fast. I want to eat. I make that dinner, but I wouldn't eat. I would go at least on a small 3-day fast. Okay? Because this is the time for you to know you need to increase your vibration because you are under spiritual attack in your own house. 1, 2, they're coming for you. 3, 4, you better shut that door. Okay? You already got past the 1, 2. If you on and if you're smart enough and if you're wise enough, your antenna is going to go up. And you're going to say, oh, somebody been compromised in my house. Okay? Because they cannot help but exude the signs of being compromised. You can see it so clear. When you get in your energy, when you get in your God and goddess frequency, you can see it. Nobody has got to tell you. You can see it. You can feel it is what I want to say. But I'm saying see, but really you can feel the energy so thick that you can clearly see it, right? So now they're going to act a little standoffish. And now if it's a child, they may start to, act out a little bit at home, maybe become a little withdrawn, maybe stay in a room. Maybe they used to always be in a room before, but the door was open. Now the door is always closed. The door is always closed now. They don't really want to talk. It's a whole bunch of symptoms that these kids can, show. And when it comes to your significant other, the same thing, little small arguments. Well, all I said was, do you want cheese on your burger? I always eat cheese on my burger. Why you ask me that stupid question? Why you asking me that? You know I eat cheese on my burger. You just ask me just to mess with me. It be stupid stuff like that, y'all. It be like, well, I guess you want the cheese. I'm going to go ahead and put the cheese on there. But you ain't got to say it with no attitude. I just was asking. I didn't know. You might not have wanted cheese today, but since you want cheese, I'm like, and it'd be little arguments like that, little fires that these things start to set inside of your home. Fast. Take your bath. Whatever you can get access to. If you need to, go to Spiritual Candace up. Protection bath. Y'all, I shouldn't have to tell y'all when you need a protection bath, honestly. You should get to the point where I need a protection bath. Now, if you have something that you feel like, okay, I can whip this up on my own or something, then of course. But with the way things are going right now, we don't have no little itty bitty crackhead spirits going on around here. This stuff tends to be a little bit, and you don't want to play when it comes to the spirit realm. I'm not the type to play. I honestly didn't do my own spiritual baths until I learned and educated myself. And I studied herbs for over 8 years. Okay. Before I started creating spiritual baths. 8 years I studied herbs and gemstones and things of that nature, you guys. Okay. What was coming after me was very heavy. So that's why I say when you start noticing those symptoms, when you start seeing the little beef, okay, that just so happened to happen, you can pick up, especially on your kids. You'll know when it comes to me and my kids, first thing I do is, here, go take this bath. Go take this bath. And a lot of times I would change the way they eat. I would give them like a nice hearty salad, you know what I'm saying, or a nice hearty soup or something. I wouldn't feed them any fast food during that time. So if you have kids who, are acting out, don't give them any fast food during that time. Try to keep them away from any soda during that time. Give them water, give them fresh orange juice, you guys. It don't have to be fresh squeezed if you can't do fresh squeeze, but give them the most natural form of food that you can give them, because the first battle you're going to have to fight is getting that demon, okay, that sinner out of your child or out of your man or out of your woman. But while you're doing that, you're going to have to protect yourself. You're going to have to clean your house. Okay. Honestly, you're going to have to clean your house, especially your bedroom. Because like I said, it's already in your house. You don't want it to access you. So you want to go in your room. You want to look at what your room look like. Is it clean? Is it dirty? Is it backed up? All of that type of stuff. You want to look at your room. You want to clean your room. You want to disinfect. You want to remove anything that's not moving. Like if you have shoes that's been sitting over there in that corner, get them up. You want to keep all of your corners open. You don't want your corners closed off, because then they can, hide behind stale energy. Okay, so when you look at your room, you can clearly see, are they able to access me? Let me see. Do I have anything stagnant? Is the room clean? Is it dirty? How do I feel when I come in my room? You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that room is fine. You want to make sure it's on point. Also, you want to make sure your kitchen, okay, and your bathrooms are on point. I know this is quite a bit of work, y'all, but if you learn to do this and you learn to keep this as just a lifestyle, you will deal with less and less sinners inside of your house. Okay, now we talking about inside of your house, because sometimes you can have that. I used to have my house vibrating so high when one of my children was being affected by sinners. The child wouldn't even come home. Couldn't come home because the frequency of my house was too high. My baby didn't even come home. I'm thinking my baby running away. My baby couldn't come home. Could not come home. Okay. So I would definitely get him a bath. I would go where he was, because he would always go to his grandma's house. I would go over there and spray him first, in order for him to even come and be around my energy. So it's like I used to keep my house vibrating really, really, really high. But with time, okay, and as my babies got older and they started coming in contact with sinners, and y'all know I have twins. So it's not just one, it's two. Then I had other kids, you know what I'm saying? My boys. So it's like the more kids you have and the more sinners you have that can access your house, they will start to double team you. Then next thing you know, you having problem with all the kids, and it's just becoming so heavy. And sometimes that can take you out of here. That can take you out of here to sometimes where you can be. I've seen people in their 30s, early 40s, late 20s, you guys, go to sleep and don't wake up, because what has happened is in that spirit realm, some came in, took over their household, and it's over. I want y'all, if y'all have the, I think it's on Netflix. It's a movie called Deliverance. Okay, if you haven't seen that, check it out. It's crazy, but it's good, but it's so true. And it's actually based upon a true story. Okay. It's a movie called Deliverance by Lee Daniels, I believe. A very, very good, real movie. Like I'm saying, the actors and everything, it was just so real. It wasn't like, all of this AI stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was given AI, but it was like real. The message was so real. But anywho, so that's kind of really what, added on for me talking about this whole sinners things. After watching the movie, I gave a brief review on my channel. So if you guys haven't, I tell y'all all the time, go subscribe to Siren Nicole. That's my vlogging channel. I discuss what I do. I talk about how I make my mop water over there. I talk about, how I do my spiritual baths, when I take my spiritual baths, why. I talk about planetary alignments, like y'all, Mercury is going retrograde. So, if I experience some things, I show you guys how I live in this energy. Like, I'm just not coming on here talking to y'all about it. On that channel, y'all see my real day-to-day life. I talk about how I wash my hair, why I wash my hair. I talk about, the products that I put in my hair and why, how to put this product in your hair, because it helps with thoughts. It helps clear your mind. It helps protect your thoughts and I go very much behind the scenes. Like, you really get to see me outside of the glitz, the glams, the makeup. Okay. So if you haven't, I tell y'all, go and subscribe to Siren Nicole. Okay. The vlogging channel, y'all. And you will get a lot of detail. I mean, I have so many people who literally have thanked me because, now they're doing a lot of things like the way I tell them to move their energy. You got to move your body. I tell them about, things that I do. You know what I'm saying? I show y'all what I do and why I do it. So a lot of people, they catch on to a lot of stuff and they thank me and they say their life have been changed. I have people who are now seeing for the first time angel numbers, y'all. This is just from my freaking vlogging channel. People are coming in contact with angel numbers now. People have went and got their blood type and they now eating according to their blood type. Like people are really transforming their lives, okay, just from watching damn vlogs. And I'm like, wow, I'm in awe because I come over here and I talk to y'all so much. And I didn't think a vlogging channel would, be that, that type of way. But yeah. But anywho, yeah, I do get shadow banned over there too as well. But I get around, the shadow banning over there because they don't want you enlightening people. They don't want you, showing people the way out. They don't want you leading people, towards enlightenment. If I get on there talking about, I bought these shoes from Ross, y'all, they'll let everybody see that. Go to Ross and buy these shoes. And I don't do that type of stuff. Okay. I give you the real and the raw and the relevant. All right. So shout out to y'all. So now that we know, what happens once these sinners, okay, come into our life on a not so personal basis, as well as on a personal basis, how they will attach themselves to you. Now that you have gotten this sinner attached to you, whether it was in your house via your children, your significant other, okay, or it was outside of your home, maybe your bestie or coworker or whatever scenario, as to now this sinner has now attached onto you. Now you're going to start to experience symptoms where, you start to get tired. You find yourself way less motivated. Like you don't want to do nothing. Like you could just sit and scroll for hours. Like your whole day will go by. You were supposed to wash them clothes. You didn't. You want to know why? Because they don't want you washing them clothes because they can connect to dirty clothes better than they can connect to clean clothes. So they want your house dirty. You be like, oh, I was supposed to mop since last week. I didn't. You will find yourself not cleaning your car, getting your car washed. You don't even care to put gas in it. You be riding around on pay me a quarter tank or half of a quarter tank. You used to keep your car full all the time. You're going to start noticing changes about yourself. You can notice changes as to, sometimes honestly, you ain't gonna want to bathe. You'll probably like, oh, I didn't bathe last night. You know what? I just bathed tonight. And you will get up and go to work. You know what I'm saying? In that funk. You will find you don't want to wash your hair, be like, oh, child, I know my hair itching. I know it's dirty. I don't want to wash. I'm so tired. It will drain you to where it have you too tired to do even your basic necessities, right? You don't want to do, I don't want to cook. I was going to eat a salad this week, but I'm going to just go on over here to Chick-fil-A or the worst McDonald's. Y'all, I don't know how to, y'all still eat McDonald's, but anywho, yeah, you will find yourself eating like, fast food, and you find yourself just not being motivated, not being inspired. Maybe you used to do things like write in your journal or things of that nature. Maybe you used to decode your dreams. The more work you try to do to fight against it, the harder they're going to come at you. So you will find yourself just lagging, you guys, in life. You don't want to let this linger on for long because I'm going to tell y'all now, a sinner can attach itself to you in January and December will be here before you know it. So next thing you know, you don't have this energy attached to you for a whole year. And you'll notice, you could look on your life and be like, damn, what have I done this year? The whole year has passed. Y'all, it will make life go by. Next thing you know, sometimes these sinners be attached to you for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. You be like, damn, what have I done with my life? Like you'll notice time just fly by because they keep your mind to where you're no longer focused on anything. You're just in like this void, like, you know what I'm saying? You're not really going after anything. You're not achieving anything. You just day by day, child, I'm just here for the day. I'm just like trying to see tomorrow, girl. I ain't really got nothing going on. You will be in that energy for a long time. And they will surround you with people who are also in that energy so that you don't recognize it. Girl, me too. Child, I'm just trying to make it through the day. That's all I'm focusing on right now. Girl, I ain't even got time to worry about tomorrow, okay? I'm just trying to make it through today, girl. Like, that'll be the conversations that you will be surrounded with. Because if you're surrounded by somebody or people who like, oh, girl, you still focused on the day? Girl, I'm already on 2 weeks from now. What you waiting? Girl, you need to get up. Come on, girl. Get up. Let's go. Let's get you together. They don't want that. So they're going to surround you with people who have that same energy. So you guys become a community of people who are now infiltrated and people who are now compromised by these sinners. Okay. They keep all they folk together. Okay, we don't want nobody over here motivating nobody over here inspiring nobody. Absolutely, positively not. And when it comes to people like myself, they're going to keep you as far away from me as they possibly can. They're going to make it to where you can't afford no seminar. They don't want you getting enlightened. They don't want you getting encouraged. They don't want you motivated. They don't want you coming around somebody who's going to change the fact that they can no longer access you. Okay, they don't want you around people like that. They're going to stop you from buying your products. Nope, don't get that. Go to Amazon and order that cute bed sheet that you saw the other day. That's what they're going to do. Nope, don't get no bath. Nope, don't get no spray. Nope, don't get no bracelet. They're going to stop you from getting and doing anything. So anything that's easy for you to do, you should question at that time. Oh Lord, why is it so easy for me to get this damn bedspread? But I've been trying to get a one question reading for weeks and I haven't. This is when you got to use discernment. This is when you really truly have to use discernment in any little thing, anything that's going to help. It could be, spiritual products, but it could also be buying a new broom to because you need to sweep. You know what I'm saying? I haven't swept in weeks. I know I need a new broom. I haven't went and got a new broom yet. It be like that, y'all. Where they hold you back. I haven't went and gotten a new broom yet. I got dust just kind of like building up in my house. I haven't went and got a new mop yet. I haven't mopped my house in weeks now. It's stuff like that, you guys. So you want to make sure that you keep your environment clean. You want to make sure that you keep your physical self clean as well. Get up, put that energy into yourself, honey. Okay, I could get up and I could come on here and I could be trying to look any type of way. You know what I'm saying? Come on here with a bonnet. You got some people I see be doing car reads with bonnets. I'm like, dang, now on my vlogging channel, y'all will get my bonnet days. Okay, y'all will get me up out of this wig and stuff because, like I said, I'm giving y'all the raw. Okay, not the low. Don't mean it's a bad thing. I'm just giving you the raw so that you guys can, feel comfortable. And I want you guys to feel comfortable with being your real self, the way I'm comfortable with being my real self. Okay. So that's like my personal, but it's personal, but business. But this is over here is strictly business. You know what I'm saying? So of course, I'm going to present myself as Siren, the brand over here. Right. So anywho, now that you have these symptoms now, it's just going to stop you from wanting to do anything, wanting to start anything, wanting to go anywhere. You just going to want to be home. It's going to make you feel like you protecting yourself. I don't want to be out there. Ain't nothing out there in the world anyway. Yes, there are people out there. There are more sinners out there, but there are also people out there who are enlightened. People who, if you come in contact with them, they can, boom, knock that sinner up out of you. So if you're staying home and you're barricading yourself in your fear, then you also risk the chance of coming in contact with the right people, So now let's go over this really quick, you guys. Things that you want to do. You definitely want to make sure that you do spiritual baths. Okay. This is what's going to protect you from as you come in contact with people. Like you may want to do a spiritual bath maybe once a week, maybe once every other week. I would say no less than 2 spiritual baths a month. Okay. To really just keep your energy popping. Now, I would recommend either like self-love, okay, baths or protection baths, okay? Or you could do a general cleansing bath, but I would say self-love, which is a powerful bath. Sinners hate that bath, okay? But also a protection bath. I would say maybe 1 week do a protection bath, and then 2 weeks after that do a self-love bath, just to keep yourself in a regular routine of putting these type of energies out. I will also say exercise. Okay. So you got the baths that you want to do. I would say get some sort of exercise routine. Even if you don't leave the house, they got YouTube. A lot of y'all watch YouTube on y'all TV. Y'all watching me right now on the big screen. But anywho, get up, turn on you a YouTube video. It's only 30 minutes. Some of these little workouts, child. Get up and do you something. You don't even need the weights. You could do your arms, honey. Okay. You could do your arms. All right. Raise the roof, 20 times, child. I feel like a workout in itself. get up and do some working out, because what that is going to do is get that stale energy moving. Remember, I say you don't want nothing stale in your house. If some shoes been sitting in that corner for over a week, get them shoes, put them in a box, put them in a closet, or put them in the closet. Put them in their prospective place, right? The reason you want to change your clothing out, let's say you got winter clothes and stuff like that, you want to go get in the habit of, okay, look, we in what, summer right now? We got all our summer clothes to the front. Then when it gets to fall, you want to move your summer clothes to the back, pull your fall clothes to the front. You want to keep energy moving. Don't just have everything in your closet stacked up and just all up and through. Get things in order, okay? But exercise is something that we all should do. You should do at least 45 minutes, I would say, of exercising. Some of you, when you washing dishes, you can just walk in place, while you washing dishes. When you cooking your food, you can just do some steps. But you want to move your body because you don't want stale energy to build up in your aura, because these are ways that sinners can easily attach to you. They can attach to any type of, stale energy that's not moving. Right? So the way to do that is through very good and healthy exercise. You also want to make sure you monitor what you eat. Stay away from junk food, okay? Processed foods. If you do consume this, make it very minimal. I know we love, like your girl, I love a good old juicy sausage, honey, with my breakfast. And I remember back in the day, I was the type that I needed a good sausage sandwich will hit the spot, okay? Give me a good old sausage sandwich, honey. That thing hit the spot, right? So you want to make sure, if you do want the sausage sandwich or you do want something that is processed, that you limit, okay? If you say, okay, look, I had a sausage this month already. You don't want a sausage for the rest of the month. I already had my little sausage delight, okay? That is it. You don't want to constantly consume a lot of these processed foods and a lot of this junk food and fast food, because a lot of the things that is loaded with is pulling us down. It is actually grounding us, okay, and making us heavy. Which means we're not able to, become enlightened because we're too heavy, we're too dense. Okay. So some days you may want to fast. Fast does not mean you go a whole day without eating. Some of you can not eat between, 6 and 12. You know what I'm saying? You have to do things that you can achieve. Don't do something that is going to set you up for failure, because then that's going to create a low vibration. Like, girl, I can't do this. I keep losing. Create a path for you to win. Don't do like if somebody else said, oh, I'm fasting, I'm not eating for 30 days, I'm just drinking water. You can do a 30-day fast to where you say, okay, I'm not eating between 3 and 12 for 30 days. Do something to set yourself up to win. Stop setting yourself up to lose. Create something that you will achieve. Okay? That way you get used to winning. We always start these diets, you know what I'm saying? And we don't finish them because already from the beginning, oh, girl, I can't. And then it sets you up for that low vibration of I didn't win. Okay. Remember, all we do is win, 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 no matter what. All right. So doing spiritual baths, you guys, okay, definitely pay attention to your fluid intakes. You want to stay away from a lot of high fructose, okay, corn syrup. You want to stay away from a lot of flavor, okay, a lot of things that contains flavor, like orange flavor, root beer flavor. You want to go for more genuine type of fruit drinks, you guys, as opposed to sodas. You guys, so looking forward to, and also water. Definitely pay attention to your water intake. You guys, drink what's necessary. Do not overdo it when it comes to water. I told y'all my story, especially if you watch my vlog. I go in detail as to how I learned that I was drinking too much water and what it was doing to me. Okay. I give y'all the whole story. Y'all see me go to the doctors and all. Like, I give y'all the tea. I give y'all the raw. Over here, I just tell it to y'all. But over there, I show it to y'all. Like, yo, this is what happened to me. I found out I was drinking too much water. Damn near me. Okay. Seriously. So, yes, you guys, pay attention to what it is that you intake as far as your drinking, okay? If you drink alcohol, I'm not saying that you can't drink alcohol, but if you're taking my blood type for your seminar, for my seminar, the blood type class, when we go over that, I tell you what type of alcohol you can and cannot drink for your blood type. A lot of you are drinking the wrong alcohol for your blood type, okay? But you get the details over in my class. So if you haven't, you can go and purchased it, I believe. We have the second one is going to be coming up rather soon. I was waiting for, one or two more people, giving them to probably tomorrow. But after that, you guys will be getting your email with the Zoom link and all of that stuff. So shout out to y'all, because we're going to be going over all this stuff that I'm talking about, the exercise that you need to do for your blood type, the alcohol you need to drink, the food you need to eat, all of that stuff. You're going to get a lot of information on that. Okay. What else do we want to do when it comes to your mind, you guys? You want to get rid of low vibrational thoughts that are not helping you. There are a lot of us, like, we always see the glass half full. I mean, half empty as opposed to half full. We always see the bad side, or we always think, what if? Okay. How do you know if a thought is good or bad, right? If a thought starts with what if, then you know that's the ego. Okay, because the ego, like, if you get an idea that says, hey, go to Chicago, right? Your higher self is going to say, hey, go to Chicago. It's not going to ask no questions. It's going to be like, well, I was shown I need to go to Chicago. I don't know what for yet, but I'm getting ready to go to Chicago. Your ego is going to say, what if you go to Chicago and get robbed and then you ain't got no money to get home? Well, what if you go to Chicago and something happened on the airplane? Well, what if somebody steal your luggage? What if the money you know what I'm saying? The ego is going to constantly what if? If it starts with a what if scenario, then you know that is a low vibrational thought that is trying to manipulate you and stop you from doing something that perhaps is in alignment with your highest good. Okay. So I always say the ego leaves that open-ended situation. The mind is so direct. It just says, hey, go to Chicago. You like, what? It don't got to explain nothing. It don't got to say if something good or bad gonna happen, because you can go to Chicago and something bad can happen, but that can be for your highest good. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Chicago and maybe while you driving around in an Uber, you know what I'm saying? Somebody hit the back of that Uber, you get in an accident, you go to the hospital, you get checked out, you okay. But guess what? You got a nice old insurance payment that's on its way to you. So you wouldn't have got that where you was, right? So the ego would say, oh, what if you get in an accident? And you're like, oh, I ain't going, because what if I get in the accident? Not even knowing that was a hefty, probably $50,000, $75,000 check. You know what I'm saying? That now you got, and now that check is there to cover some expenses that perhaps you needed covered. So that's how you know when you're entertaining the ego, okay, versus the higher self. The higher self needs no explanation, right? So you definitely want to pay attention to how to master your thoughts. All right. Lastly, you definitely want to ground yourself, you guys. You want to center yourself, and you want to surround yourself with people. Like I say, these people don't have to help you to get ahead. Like, they don't have to, open doors for you, but you definitely want to surround yourself with those type of people that can help you, but also people who don't need to feed off of you. Meaning, healed people need to be around healed people. Healing people need to be around healing people. Stop putting yourself around people that are stuck in their ways, that are not trying to get ahead. At least one person in your conversation per day needs to say, guess what? I made it. If you can't have one conversation with somebody that say, guess what? I made it, then you need to reevaluate your circle of folk. You need to reevaluate your team of people. Somebody needs to be able to motivate you. Somebody needs to be able to push you forward. Somebody needs to be able to pull you up. Okay, so if you don't have anybody, and when I say pull you up, meaning you trying, like some of y'all, just to keep it real, you need to help somebody help you, because some of y'all want a helping hand but don't want to do the work. Or I just want you to do all the work. Just pull me up just because. No, that's not going to happen. Okay, you got to help me help you. So some of you need to ground yourself. You need to make a better decision as to who you're surrounding yourself with. You need to make better decisions as to how you can be of service to this world as well. Not how can somebody help you, but how can I be of service? Maybe you need to help somebody to get ahead. Maybe you need to help pull them up the ladder. Once they get up there, then they can pull you up. But some of us, we're not pulling nobody up. We're not helping anybody. We're not giving back in any way, shape, or form. We're not helping this universe in no way. We just want. Help me, help me, help me. How can you help somebody else? Every day, you need to ask yourself, how can I be of service today? Not only how can I be serviced, or how can I be helped, or who I need to be around to help me. Also, every day, Who is it that can use my help? Okay. So you want to ask for service and you want to be of service. Balance your energy out. That's how we keep the world moving ahead, by constantly recycling the energy. You pull me up, I pull somebody else up, they pull somebody else up. We all keep rising that way. So every day, ask yourself, how can you be of service? If ever you feel like, I don't know how I could be of service, get up and send a $3 Cash App donation to Spiritual Candies. Listen, y'all, some of y'all do that. I ain't gonna lie. Okay. I'd be like, what? They'd be like, sorry, just because I really needed to just, give back. And, I wanted to donate or give into a place that I know will benefit this world. And I know what you do. You help to benefit this world. So here you go. Like, seriously, I'd be surprised. Shout out to you. Shout out to y'all. And fortunately, we're able to do our book bag drive again this year. Not as big as we usually do it, but we're able to do it. Y'all know I had to take a year or two off, I think, from doing a book bag drive. And it's something that I love to do. I love to give back. I love to be of service. And yeah, so shout out to y'all. All right. But yeah, you want to find out how you can be of service, okay, to this world. What can you do? What energy can you put out in this world to make it a better place, and say, hey, this is what I did. It don't have to be much. You ain't got to be out here donate 10. I ain't got $10,000. I ain't got $100,000. Hey, I gave $1. I gave $3. I gave $5. Shout out to those of you who donated towards the book bag drive. That was very generous of you guys. I really, truly appreciate it. Some of you say, here you go, Siren. I sent out the request. You guys responded, and it was like, boom. And y'all know when we do our little groups and stuff like that, we all come together and we do like a birthday box for somebody, things of that nature. We used to do things of that nature, you guys. But I do want to kind of get back to that, just really giving back to show y'all that you are appreciated, So yes, the numbers for today, okay, is 44, and you see that is stability. All right. So the number 44, you guys, this is inner work, healing, the need to get yourself in alignment with what it is that you want, not what it is that you don't want. Okay. So you can write the number 44 down, keep it on you, or you can just, meditate on it. Maybe you can Google it, see what message comes up for you. The number 44. There are some positive solutions that are available to you when you look at the number 44. It's about things that can provide some sort of security and stability in your life. So making those type of choices. And also, again, increasing your vibration, working on your frequency. 44 is a number of protection. 444 is a number of protection. 44 is telling you to get your frequency in order to where it can be, protected. Okay. You can be protected from these low vibrational entities. Okay, or these sinners is what we're going to call them from now on, you guys. We're just going to call them for who and what they are. They are sinners. And yeah, we're just going to, let them know we see you. Okay, we see you. Next number, you guys, we have is 66, and it says revisit. Now, Mercury is in retrograde, so we're having to revisit some energy, you guys. 66 talking about denying those negative thoughts, you guys, that are trying to have power over you. Those are the thoughts of the sinners. Once the sinners get in your energy, they will start to project, okay, these low vibrational thoughts onto you. Okay, they will start to, project all type of low frequencies. Okay. Oh God, I'm sorry, my nose isn't. But all of these low frequencies, all of these low thoughts, depression, sadness, making you feel like you can't win, things of that nature. They will start to make you feel like, maybe you can't when you can. Okay, maybe you can't when you can, y'all. What I would say is, surround yourself not on the outside only, but on the inside. Even when it comes to your house, surround yourself with beauty. Surround yourself with what you see. If you like it, then put it around you so you can keep seeing it. Like when it comes to your household, if it's a beautiful picture or, whatever, like y'all redecorate your house, rearrange some things, move that furniture around. We're going to be doing we're going to be doing a class, okay, a feng shui class. So you guys can go to Spiritual Candies and you can purchase access to that. It's going to be a feng shui class to let you know how you need to have not just your house, your office, your energy. You know, we're going to be talking about feng shui on all aspects of your life so that you can bring in some more positive energy, okay, into your life. You guys, now this bracelet right here, this is my good fortune, okay, bracelet. It is made out of green aventurine, is made out of jade, is made out of it has quartz back here. It has another different stone on it. It has like 4 or 5 different stones. This right here is what I wear to protect and shield my finances and also my chi. Okay, you see it has this nice little flow right here on it. This is to help to get your energy in alignment to where these sinners, okay, when you wear this, they don't want to come around you. Okay, it's a great protective shield for your chi. Okay, if you want, you can go to spiritualcandies.com. I am gonna list these, you guys. For those of you who want one, who want to purchase one of these, you can go to the shop and you can put like one in your cart, purchase it, and go from there. But it's a chi, okay? I want you guys to read about chi. For those of us who do the feng shui class, you're going to learn a lot about your chi. Your chi is your life force energy. This is the power that all sinners want to connect to and want to feed off of. So you can go to Spiritual Candies, you guys. It is the chi protection bracelet. If you want one, you can go there, you can purchase it. It is on spiritualcandies.com. I think they're like $25, you guys, but it's definitely worth it. Okay. You definitely want to learn to protect yourself. This is one way that you can start to protect yourself, and this will open you up to other things that you need to do. Like I said, when it comes to taking those spiritual baths, when it comes to drinking, when it comes to fasting, when it comes to working out, it will definitely help you connect to thoughts that will get you to a frequency where these sinners are no longer able to penetrate you. So shout out to those of you who get your hands on one of these. I don't have many of the beads, so there is a limited supply. It is a first come, first serve. And after they're gone, you guys, I'm not going to be able to make any more because a lot of you know I'm packing things up, getting ready for a beautiful transition. So I'm not going to have access to this. These are custom bracelets. So yeah, I'm just going to be making just a few. So for those of you who get your hand on one, shout out to y'all. I'm pretty sure you have great testimonies and I cannot wait to hear them. Until then, I will see you guys soon and peace out, y'all.